So for us, Wednesday night, you and I were in the dungeon. So as Phoenixx mentioned, I'm saying you and I, Phoenixx and I were in the dungeon. As Phoenixx mentioned, this was day 1 for Naughty. This was day 5.
Yeah.
We were
fucking
exhausted.
tired. Oh my
And it
God.
was like, could we were just hoping somebody would show up at the dungeon, but to have standing room upon standing room upon standing room just for the orientation. Phoenixx and I stayed in the dungeon for most of the evening that night just to watch and see how things go. We did not even scene.
No,
ever,
we didn't.
At all in our own dungeon.
That's so sad.
So sad. We also, we'll talk about it later, but we didn't, there were many things we did not do in our own dungeon. And, but we stood there on that night. Actually, every night that I was in the dungeon, I stood there watching the people and watching their faces, and I could have sat there for hours because it was the most beautiful thing. People coming in, not knowing what to expect, seeing what they saw. We had so many great folks that were scening and participating and dungeoning and that were offering. It was just amazing.
Piggybacking on that.
Yes.
So a lot of lessons learned here. We'll make some adjustments. I mentioned earlier we had the lounge, and our design was that that's where people would go and converse and talk, so that when you got into the dungeon, it would be a little more dungeony, because typically in a dungeon you don't have just conversations, just blah, 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 while someone's over there flogging. But at the same time, we also very purposely created the dungeon to be a more friendly, light, sexy dungeon, not a dark, dangerous dungeon. That was our goal. And what happened very organically was 90% of all that conversation happened in the dungeon. And so as we're watching all of these people, you've got the people who are scening, but then you've got these little groups of 4 and 6 people who are standing around talking and watching, and then they'll move to a different place and watch somebody else scening in a different way. And so it was this beautiful organic combination of true dungeon scening, but then a very loose, casual, swinger-esque kind of approach to voyeurism and discussion and hooking up. It was just beautiful. It was.
It was. And that was day 1.
That was day 1.
It got more beautiful as the week went.
That sounds very Swinky to me.
It was super Swinky. I also want to say, I'm going to take this moment to talk about the music in our different spaces and places was off the chains, and people could not talk about how enough about how amazing the music was. We probably had 6 different areas where the music was different but gorgeous, and Phoenixx was the one that really kind of took that upon himself and really made us these amazing playlists. So if you want to hear any of our playlists, including the playlist that is on in the Naughty Playrooms at night over in the Astor, you can find all of those on our website on Swinky Life, right?
Yep, swinkylife.com.
Swinkylife.com. Click that, and there'll be something there that talks about now you're going to be creating the button.
And I just realized it's not on the menu yet.
It'll be on the menu or on the sidebar that says Dungeon Playlists here.
I was busy trying to rebuild my Instagram account. I'm sorry.
Click on that, and it will say, and you'll have access to all the different playlists.
Yep.
There's 6 different dungeon playlists for your different moods.
And it's amazing.
And then the Naughty Playroom playlist, which is what plays in our group rooms and our other main rooms that are piped in with the group room. So that's our sexy Naughty New Orleans playlist. So,
and I'm going to add our sexy time music for Myrina and me, and for Crimson.
I know. We're all using it. So the lounge, we've been using it. Chill and the aftercare playlists.
Those are my jams. Yeah.
My 3 new sexy playlists. Yeah. So I like the
soft, sensual stuff.
Yes. We actually turn it on a lot at home now, so they're really hot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you all.
As a quick,
thank you all very much.
Sexy music.
No, you did a lot of work on that, and it's amazing work, and they are amazing playlists that everybody should download.
Tons and tons of people were like, "Holy shit, the music's amazing!" So we have a QR code.
And people were asking in the app, and yes,
So thank you very much for that. Also, though, in terms of talking about how our dungeon came across sexy and inviting instead of dark and scary. Big shout out to the AV guys, the amazing lights, the video mapping on the wall.
That was super cool.
So
the
cool.
ballroom at the Nopsy, 40-foot tall ceilings? It's almost 2 stories.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so there's all these open brick walls with these big windows.
Sexy as
Oh,
fuck.
my God.
They
So
have this
windows.
technology where they can map out precisely where the windows are and where the walls are, and they project different videos on all these elements. So we've got lightning running across the walls, and in all the windows, it's these sexy, sultry
Well, there
people
were
getting
blinds
it
on the windows.
Right,
Yes.
blinds
Yeah,
on the
you could
they
not-
drop
nobody
the
could
blinds,
see in,
so
yeah.
it works like a screen.
Yeah.
And so it was just all this amazing visual, sexy sultriness, mixing with the music, mixing with the scening, mixing with the crowd.
And there's some very sexy. We wanted to get vintage porn. We're
We
going to
did.
try and work for that next time. I don't know why it didn't happen, but there was some very sexy, like gorgeous men and ladies in their gorgeous underwear. And we thought about, I wonder what that looks like from outside on the street for the people walking by the Nopsy Hotel, like looking at, like, I mean, really fucking hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
Scenes of folks like the water dripping down the hot built firefighter and yeah, it was juicy. It was, and so we were like, yeah, I hope that's providing some entertainment for the folks walking by the street by the ballroom. It was hot. Yeah, the whole thing was just, it was
the environment was incredibly sensual.
Yeah, very
And,
sexy. Very sexy.
Yeah. So that was night 1. So that was opening at the dungeon. You guys headed back over
We
to
went
the
back
after
to
to
the
make
after.
sure to hit the playroom
So
tour,
we
which
always
try to
do,
which
and we recommend to everybody, and even and we're clearly not new at Naughty Nolans, but we always recommend to people who are, and even people who are seasoned, to go on the playroom tours.
And here's why. It changes. This year, shit was different. Even the Monty headmistress did not know that. I think it was maybe done because, oops, we got to change this on the fly. Let's make these rooms even more sexy and fun.
So we just absolutely love the playroom tour. We did it. We got up there about midway through, and so but we did finish the tour.
Yeah.
And met some people that we had met earlier in the day, which was fortuitous for us later. And we always recommend doing that. And if not to get the lay of the land, but also to meet people, because everybody's up there for the same reason. They want to know what's going on in the playrooms.
Like,
and so, exactly. So for us, that was also an early night because we were exhausted for the same reason. You guys worked harder than we did. I mean, although I did my vanilla job for Monday and Tuesday, but
Gee, I got my nails done.
Woo, Crimson. Woo.
Whew, take a break,
That's
baby.
right.
That's right.
Sit back, relax a little bit.
but,
No, I knew what week we were going to have. I was already tired.
You were the luckiest and the smartest.
Yeah.
Yes, you were the luckiest.
I thought I
and
might
the
have to
smartest.
work, but luckily I did.
Yeah.
Well, I did have to work Friday.
Yeah,
so
she did.
I did.
Luckiest
I did a
Friday.
little bit too.
Yeah, we had a very early night that night
Yeah,
too.
it was an early night for so no hookups on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So we just went.
We wanted to take care of ourselves and get to bed at a decent hour.
Yeah.
And I actually want to say that we're talking about it in a second. When the next class we talked about taking care of yourself. That kind of became a theme through the weekend because there were multiple times where you and I were like, do we push ourselves a little bit harder or do we take care of ourselves? And we made the choice to take care of ourselves, and it was the right choice.
It was.
Yeah. So
And it worked out.
It did. And I want to tell the other folks that, there's a little bit of FOMO always, even for us.
I am Mr. FOMO.
Yeah, you are Mr. FOMO. And
we're tired.
you just got to take care of yourself. And so thank you for taking care of yourselves. I mean, we would have been way worse off.
That's one of the reasons why I decided
because you're on Wednesday and Thursday. You still have 2 full days.
Yeah, we were on day 1 and we're like, we need to
You were exhausted.
Right?
Yeah. So no, we weren't on day 1. We were on day 5.
Exactly. Yes.
So anyways, that's why our first night we were taking care of ourselves.
Yep.